Okay, girl, you need confidence. You're here. Let's get it, okay? Thank you, Sasha, for the prompt to do this wonderful video, and let's get into it. I want you to understand that confidence is something that comes from yourself. Lots of times we can rely on other people, usually relationships, for our other half, our significant other, to build us up with confidence. Then we get cheated on, we got our hearts trampled and stampled over, and then your confidence has crumbled and you're having to rebuild yourself up. So after every person who you invest to build up your confidence, they shatter it. So why not just start off by building up your own confidence in the first place? Which is why I'm really happy that you've clicked on this video, because it means that you're actually wanting to do that and you don't want to rely on others to do it. You want to do it for yourself. So for that and that alone, that is a big step, and I'm very proud of you for that. But I do want you to be ready to receive everything that I'm about to say in today's video. I want you to be ready to make steps and do the things that I talk about, because I was once there and had no confidence, no self-esteem. It was really non-existent, and I have spoken about this before. I definitely had body dysmorphia, and because of that, it internalized and I didn't like myself as a person. At that point, it was really controlling my life, and naturally I had no confidence at all. And now I'm at a place in my life where I'm very comfortable in my own skin. I do not want to be anybody else. I'm very happy being the me that I am, and I just want to be the best version of myself and continue to uplift myself. So I'm going to tell you how I did it and how you can also do it. So the first thing that must be done is for a choice to be made, okay? Every area in our lives, it comes from making that choice. Whether you want to make the most of yourself, whether you want to put yourself down, whether you want to do a new career, whether you want to do whatever, it all comes down to making that choice initially. You have to make that choice. So if you truly want to build up your confidence, be a confident woman, be confident and comfortable in your own skin and feel good about yourself, like yourself, love yourself, then you have to make that choice to want to do it. Lots of times when people have low self-esteem or low confidence, it's just easier to continue to be in that victim role, and it's a lot more difficult to put that mental effort in to stop putting yourself down and to actually make that shift mentally. So that's the first thing that you have to do. You have to decide, you have to choose if you really want to be a confident woman or not. I hope that you've chosen yes. Once you have chosen that and you have decided, you then start eliminating ridiculousness, negativity, stuff that you do not need, people you do not like truly, clothes that you don't like, hairstyles that you're rocking that look ridiculous on you. You start eliminating everything in your life that is bad for you, that's a bad choice. You start eliminating it. For me personally, when I was going through my journey, that consisted of me leaving a relationship that I was in that was very negative for me. It was a very bad relationship for me, and it was a ridiculous situation. I came out of that as soon as I had decided that I wanted to be the confident, best version of myself. And I came out of that relationship. Then I confronted my demons with my dad. I dealt with that, and I was very happy about that. Then with my physical appearance, I wanted to make the most of myself. So I started to dress differently. I also started to date different people who were better choices for me. And that was how it kind of started for me personally, when I started to see results. It was when I was it was when I was working towards being the woman who I truly wanted to be. And that was when I started gaining more confidence in myself. because confidence isn't just about you externally, it's about internally as well. And when you're liking your appearance on the outside, it can radiate and internally, so you have that confidence from within also, or vice versa. So it's all about you dealing with confidence in every angle and aspect that you need to. For me, it was a mental confidence boost and also an external one. So they are the things that I was working on for myself. I had tried prior to that CBT. I had 2 rounds of CBT, and I also was on antidepressants medicine. None of these things helped me. I came off of my medication and I stopped doing my therapy, and I started making the changes I knew internally I needed to make, because only you truly know what things you need to change. And that was when I started making progress. Okay, so I just want to make that very clear that I tried other paths before, they didn't work. When I started trying what I'm telling you to do right now, that was what actually started working. After making those radical changes in my life, and obviously externally also, I was trying to take better care of myself and just trying to look more how I wanted to look. I just started to feel so much better about myself, because I had all by myself faced things that were bothering me in my life, and I was combating them one by one, and I was very proud, and it made me start feeling more confident in myself, just because I was doing those things that were very painful for me at the time, very difficult, very uncomfortable, and I was doing those by myself. So that started to help me to gain confidence in who I was as a person. And obviously, because I was starting to make changes with my wardrobe, I changed my hair, there were lots of things I was trying to change, and it was also reflecting on me on the outer. I was feeling more confident and better about myself in that department also. Then I started implementing something else. Now, this was something that I actually learned from my CBT, which was that I was supposed to think of 3 things about myself every day that I liked and journal them. I didn't write them down, but I used to lie down, close my eyes, and think about things that I liked about myself. And to be completely honest with you, there are so many things about yourself that you take for granted and that you must appreciate. So even if you can't think of physical things about yourself that you enjoy, or your walk, or your voice, or whatever, I don't know, there might be lots of things you don't like yet, or you're not confident about yet, but there are things that you do that you can be confident in. Breathing. You can be thankful for your body that it does it naturally. You don't have to even think about it. That's something that you can think about or write down and acknowledge. It might be your hands, it could be your eyes, it could be the fact that you are such a lovely person, so sweet, sincere. It could be anything. There are so many different things that make you you, and that you must start to appreciate and acknowledge. And once I started doing that, it opened my eyes to things that I actually liked about myself, because prior to that I was always thinking about the things that I hated, which would obviously bring my confidence down even more. It's about doing the opposite of that. If you want to be confident with yourself, start thinking about the things about yourself that you enjoy, that you appreciate, that you like. Just acknowledge them on a daily basis. That's what I began to do, and I started really looking forward to that time. I would have that quiet time to myself to kind of reflect about myself, to make myself feel more confident in the long run. So that was a very beneficial step that I started doing. And to be honest, when I did my CBT, I was struggling with finding anything to write down. When I started making the lifestyle changes, i.e. ending my relationship, dealing with all of the, the ridiculousness with my dad, dealing with how I was to myself externally and building myself up there, that was when things just started changing for me personally. Before I finish with my personal advice and my journey, I just want to put something else in right here because this is very, very good advice. I recently went to a drag brunch. It was so much fun. If you're on my Instagram, you already saw. And you know these drag queens, they're not trans, they're drag. So there's a difference. So out of their costumes, they look completely different. So naturally for them to do their performances, they take themselves from their bodies how they are naturally. So obviously they are men. So they have manly bodies and they transform those bodies using silicone, hip pads, breastplates, makeup, wigs, and changing their voice, having that confidence, having that feminine energy. They take themselves from being completely the opposite to turning themselves into who they want to be on stage. I decided to ask one of the drag queens for a tip on confidence. She said to me that it's about focusing on one thing that you really like about yourself and dedicating your energy and effort into that. So if you like your cheeks, then make sure that you put that blusher on them, put that highlight on, and make them pop more. If you like your hair, then make sure you really take good care of it and make sure it looks stunning. So that's what she was basically saying, and I thought that that was a really good piece of advice, so I wanted to add that in this video. So I hope that somebody does find that helpful. Naturally, with my own personal journey with confidence, I was still trying to morph myself into the person who I wanted to be. I still had a lot more work to do to be the person that I am today, which I'm going to get into in a second. But I just want you to understand the reason why you're feeling the lack of confidence. It's usually because you're feeling the discord and the dissonance from the feeling you want to have about yourself or about your life, and you're just feeling that discord, which makes you feel bad about it. So as long as you start working towards the thing that's making you feel bad, you're going to feel more confident and you're going to be happier in yourself. So I just want you to understand that your emotions are really guiding you towards being the person who you want to be, having the life you want to live, etc. Your emotions are guiding you in that. So then I started with my outer appearance because I had already started working on myself internally with the things that I have mentioned. So I started changing my wardrobe, taking more pride in the things that I would put on my body and present, how I would present myself to the world. I started wearing more makeup, trying out different things, trying to make myself look as good as I can. I then obviously started doing the filler and I really removed the bump that I had, and that was something that was really giving me lots of issues in terms of confidence, and I got rid of it. So I feel as though that was a really big step to me starting to be more confident, and that was what I did. I started doing different things with my hair. I started being more bold in terms of outfit choices. I started dating people who were more of the types of men who I saw the person who I wanted to be dating. That really means making sure that that person is treating me well and treating me how I want to be treated, instead of wanting something but then accepting something completely different. Okay, which is what lots of people with low confidence do. I was gaining my confidence and building it up myself. So that means I had to make the right choices for me. It's about the consistency, being persistent in wanting to be the confident version of yourself by any means necessary. So if you don't like your external, you must take the steps to be more confident in that department, and it's the exact same thing for you internally as well. The last point I'm going to make, which is something that will really help a lot of you, especially if you're going to places that you're not used to going to, or if you're beginning to go to more lavish places, or you're just hanging out with different people doing different things than what you're used to doing. an element of faking it till you make it is something that must be done. And when I say faking it till you make it, what I really mean is feeling the fear of being uncomfortable to do that thing, but doing it anyway. Feeling the fear of wearing something like this that's a bit more out there. I mean, you're going to have people looking at your chest when you have these out. It's just going to kind of happen. But if you want to wear it, then you do it anyway. Feeling the fear and doing it regardless. That is my last and final tip, because I think that that really is the cherry on top. In my eyes, a confident person is somebody who takes steps to being the person or the woman that they want to be consistently, because we all have down days, and it's about jumping back on if you've fallen off for a day or two, you've had a bad week, and getting back on board with being the confident person who you want to be, and doing that perpetually. And when you have times and instances when you're not feeling all that confident, I think a confident person feels the fear, feels the lack of confidence, and does whatever they want to do anyway. I think that that is confidence. That is my final tip for you today. I feel as though these are things that you can start implementing today. You can start making these changes today, but it first starts with the choice. You have to decide to want to be confident. And I just want to do a little disclaimer. When I spoke about getting rid of things in your life that aren't working for you, you have to use discretion. I don't know all of your situations that you might be dealing with that could be causing maybe that you've had trauma or something that you've dealt with or something in the past. So you have to use discernment with the things that I'm saying and make it fit for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to love you and leave you here, and I'm actually about to go and get myself some Japanese food. I'm really kind of craving that. So I will see you beautiful women in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and the next one is going to be an outfit video. So I really hope that you're looking forward to it. Notifications, hit that, and I'll see you in my next video.